saying goodbye to time changes.
It was time to stop talking about it and to take some action and get her done.
The province says is moving forward with permanent daylight saving time despite opposition. Plus sky-high inflation.
Everything's gone up.
New data tells us just how much more you're paying. And the Robotics World Championship.
This year we kind of have a unique robot that has a different sorting mechanism.
We'll meet the Calgary team heading to Houston for the massive competition.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Jacqueline Wilson.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Premier Danielle Smith says Albertans will soon be ditching twice-a-year clock changes and sticking with daylight saving time year-round. Time's up on the time change, according to the province. Alberta will soon be sticking with daylight time year-round.
Yeah, we're going to be moving forward to getting rid of time change, and we'll be moving forward with having an extra hour of daylight in the evenings.
Premier Danielle Smith said government started consulting on the time change after the recent shift from our western neighbours.
BC has made an announcement that they're going to be ending time change. That obviously has impacts on us. We also know that the Northwest Territories, and they haven't made a decision, but they're looking at it. And now we've got, so we're squished in between two provinces who no longer change their clocks.
5 years ago, Albertans voted down keeping daylight time year-round in a referendum, but it was tight, 50.2 to 49.8%. People out enjoying a warm and sunny spring day seem to be in favor of the change.
I think that would be better because you could adjust just one clock size and that's it.
Yeah, I think it's about time. I hate it. I mean, we're only talking about an hour, so why would it be so impactful?
But one psychologist thinks we all might be singing a different tune in the depths of December when the sun won't rise until around 9:30 a.m.
Russia tried this in 2012. Went to permanent daylight time. Like Canada, they're a northern country, and they found that actually mental health problems amongst the youth spiked.
Professor Michael Antle says studies also suggest there are health consequences depending on where you live in a time zone.
On the eastern edge, where you have an earlier sunrise and earlier sunset, people get more sleep. They go to bed earlier, and they're healthier. They have lower rates of obesity, lower rates of heart disease, lower rates of diabetes, and even cancer.
Antle says he reached out to the UCP government when BC made its permanent switch, but was told it was more interested in business impact and not health. The legislation is expected to be tabled later this week. WestJet is cutting flight capacity due to the soaring price of jet fuel caused by the war in Iran. The Calgary-based airline says it has reduced capacity by nearly 6% in June. This comes after cuts in April and May. WestJet says it hasn't eliminated any routes so far, but it is evaluating its summer schedule with an eye to possible cuts. Whether you are putting gas in your car or grabbing groceries, you certainly notice the price hikes. New data on inflation confirms just how much more Canadians are paying for pretty much everything. Here's Jordan Canagan.
Canada's inflation rate is climbing again to 2.4% in March. The biggest reason is what drivers are seeing at the pumps.
I watch the gas prices everywhere I drive, and if I see a low one, I pop in no matter whether my tank's 3/4 full or empty.
According to Statistics Canada, the inflation rate jump comes after gas prices soared by 21% compared to February.
I think today's inflation numbers just reinforces what we're seeing every day. Pump prices have gone up a lot, and then we find out a month later what it did to inflation. So it shouldn't be a surprise.
It's certainly not a surprise for those buying pretty much anything.
It's gotten super expensive. I can now carry my groceries because it's so much less in the basket. There's hardly anything. It's over $100, so it's crazy. I'm not stopping buying anything, but you sure notice it.
I was just pricing out yogurt, and it has doubled in price. And like everything's gone up. Like I don't know what to do.
Food prices climbed by 4.4%, with fresh vegetables rising by nearly 8% compared to last year. Alberta's premier says the province will meet with grocers to explore ways to lower prices locally.
The other thing I think people feel is when they go to the grocery store and they're at the meat counter and they're buying a ham and they're buying chicken and they're buying the eggs and the milk, and they're saying, why are things so much more expensive than I remember?
It comes as the suspension of Ottawa's fuel tax kicks in. That move equals a cut of about 10 cents per litre.
It'll help, it'll cushion the impact, but it won't offset what we've seen with the war in Iran and the spike in energy prices.
Jordan Cadigan, CTV News, Calgary.
Canada Post is reporting a more than $1.5 billion loss before tax for 2025. That is its largest loss on record. The Crown Corporation says loss grew by almost 87% compared to the previous year. It comes as Canada Post workers begin voting on whether to ratify a new agreement with the Crown Corporation today. Canada Post says it is bringing in transformative measures to return the corporation to financial sustainability. One home was destroyed and 2 others had significant damage after a fire Sunday afternoon. The blaze broke out just after 3 p.m. in the Citadel neighborhood, moving from a garage to a house. By the time crews arrived, the fire had spread to 2 neighboring homes. The main home, it was completely destroyed. A fire investigator is arriving later this week to assess the damage.
One of the homes does have significant, basically the roof is burned away on the one neighboring home. I'm not sure the extent of damage on the other home, but those would be pieces that they do look at in terms of, whether those homes could be restored or not.
4 people inside the homes were able to get out, but the fire department says 10 people have been displaced. Crews were assessing hot spots on the properties for about 12 hours after that initial call. Well, a fire started in a duplex in the southeast this afternoon. Investigators say it started in the kitchen. Everyone got out safely, but 2 adults and 9 children were displaced in that one. Mounties in BC have released dramatic video of a crash involving an Alberta man behind the wheel of a semi. Fortunately, no one was hurt when his truck smashed into a tow truck and a car before rolling. The semi-driver was found guilty of dangerous driving in the crash. It happened near Field, BC in 2023. The drivers of both the tow truck and the Mercedes were safely off to the side of the road and were not injured. BC Highway Patrol has released the video to remind drivers to slow down and move over when they see those flashing lights on the road. Well, this warm weather means more motorcycles are now out on the roads, and police say a bike hit a patch of loose gravel and it slammed into a tree in the northwest this afternoon. The rider, a man in his 40s, suffered serious injuries when he lost control of his dirt bike on Valley Springs Road. Police say residents had asked him to slow down, but he took off and slid on the gravel.
Huge risk. I mean, even just driving a dirt bike on the roads here, as you can see, with the gravel, the way that it is right now, it's like driving on marbles. So if you're already going high rates of speed and there's kids that walk through this area and there's residents that walk through this area, it's going to be a risk to them, because when you're going that high of speed and you lose control, that's when bad things can happen.
Police closed Valley Springs Road while they investigated. The city's street sweeping started clearing away that gravel today. The first of over 17,000 lane kilometers of road is being cleared in several neighborhoods today. You can expect the sweeper clearing roads between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. and signs will be placed on your neighborhood a few days in advance. On sweeping day, vehicles that have not been removed from the road are subject to a ticket. To find out the schedule for your roads, you can head to calgary.ca/sweep. Well, it is an annual tradition in Calgary and one that splits opinion. The city is undergoing a pothole filling blitz, repairing roadways after the harsh winter weather, and they want your help. Tyson Fedor reports.
Starting off the pothole blitz as we're getting started in the spring here. So it's sweeping season, it's pothole season.
Mayor Jeremy Farkas was leveling fresh asphalt, filling a pothole in Bowness last week. City crews will be busy over the next several months locating, inspecting, and filling these roadside craters.
Our crews are monitoring these routes and filling potholes as we find them. But of course, if we all work together to spot them, you can let us know and we can get them filled as quickly as possible.
Potholes form when moisture seeps through the asphalt surface and repeated freeze-thaw cycles ensue. Last year, more than 35,000 potholes were filled, with nearly 4,700 already being filled so far this year.
It is the same every year. I don't know if there's anything different. I don't see anybody working on it. I see a lot of pylons and a lot of let's avoid construction signs.
but I don't see a lot of work. There's too many in the city, and I don't know if the city's going to be able to cover them all. But I have an old car, and when it hits it, it's going to fall apart.
Crews use an infrared asphalt heater to make those repairs. The city's budget is $6.9 million annually, but some feel that's not enough to address the problem.
Put more funds into the potholes.
The city says it can take from 5 business days to 2 months to fill a pothole, as it's based on safety, size and location.
Come from another province where, you know, there's a lot of potholes and they don't get fixed. They get fixed and then it comes back every year. Here, your roads are impeccable. Quit complaining, Calgarians.
Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
Well, Gina, as they always say, there's 2 seasons in Calgary. We have winter. Don't like that very much, but construction season.
Yes.
And of course, potholes are part of that.
Yeah. Today was a great day to get out there and do that street sweeping and that pothole work because, gorgeous afternoon. We hit a high of 22 degrees, lots of sunshine, a little breezy out there, but those winds calming down overnight with a low of 6 degrees. So holding on to positive temperatures even for our low. Heading into tomorrow, a really nice start to the day. We'll get a lot of sunshine to kick off Tuesday, up to a high of 20 degrees once again, but change is on the way, Jackie. It is spring after all. So I'll have more on the wet weather that we're anticipating by midweek coming up.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Gina. Well, more charges have been laid. After the break, we'll have details on who's been charged in an extortion-related shooting in Calgary.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
A Canadian woman has been fatally shot in Mexico and 6 other people were injured. It happened when a man opened fire at a site of a historic pyramids about an hour north of the capital today. 4 people were wounded by gunshots and 2 others were injured from falls. The gunman died from a self-inflicted wound. Mexico's president says the shooting will be investigated and that she has communicated with the Canadian embassy. 2 more people have been charged in an extortion-related shooting that targeted a northeast Calgary home. The shootings happened in the late February and early March when suspects shot at the same home from their vehicle before fleeing. A possible suspect vehicle was identified during a traffic stop last month, and 1 person was arrested nearly 3 weeks ago. Today, police say 2 more people, 21-year-old Karanbir Singh and 22-year-old Jermenjit Singh, have been charged with discharging a firearm with intent. The Canada Border Services Agency also says it will be looking into this case.
I can confirm that those cases will be referred to CBSA. We will open an investigation into their immigration status and look if there are grounds for inadmissibility, and if so, report and remove those individuals from the country as well.
Karanbir Singh was arrested by Edmonton police last week and appeared in court this morning. A warrant has been issued for Jermenjit Singh. We have a sad ending to a search for a Calgary woman that was missing for 2 weeks. 82-year-old Diane Cooper was not heard from after leaving her home in Edgemont with her dog. A security camera spotted her filling up her car with gas in Stettler. On Sunday, RCMP confirmed Cooper was found dead near Kindersley, Saskatchewan. Her dog was found alive. RCMP say that her death is not considered suspicious. Well, another earthquake shook central Albertans over the weekend. According to Earthquakes Canada, a 4.1 magnitude quake was recorded about 41 kilometers north of Edmonton Saturday afternoon. The Alberta Geological Survey lists the cause as known induced, which that means it's not natural. In a statement on Sunday, the Alberta Energy Regulator says that their scientists believe it was an aftershock related to an April 1st seismic event. 3 other quakes in the area have been felt since the start of this month. The AER says that there is a possibility of more earthquakes, but it expects activity to decrease over the coming days. Alberta will soon have a new way to learn about and to enjoy Indigenous culture. 3 new luxury cabins are coming to Blackfoot Crossing Historical Park. The hope is to draw people to the area in all 4 seasons to enjoy the park, where they can learn about Blackfoot history and traditions. It will also help create more jobs in the local community. Staying at the park will help visitors immerse themselves in a rich cultural heritage that stretches back thousands of years.
Everything here,
built in our history, the landmarks, everything that is here. Our history is here at Blackfoot Crossing Historical Park.
You can find out more at blackfootcrossing.ca. Meanwhile, Lethbridge's tourism industry continues to grow. An annual report shows visitors to the region increased nearly 10% last year. Despite the growth, total visitor spending saw a slight decrease of 0.7%. Tourism Lethbridge says this year it will focus on initiatives to encourage more tourist spending. All right, stay with us. Gina Martin is along next with her Skywatch weather forecast.
Felt more like summer than spring for our Monday here in Calgary. Some beautiful temperatures in the city and surrounding area today. Your temperature change really shows just how warm we got throughout the afternoon. This is on a bit of a 12-hour loop here. So the morning was already off to a warm start, and we really built on those temperatures throughout the day. Many areas getting in the low to mid 20s for us in Calgary. Great high of 22 degrees, well above seasonal for this time of year. Tomorrow we're going to hold on to those double-digit highs as well, with another 20-degree day in store for the city and even warmer in that southeast corner of the province. Winds are also going to calm down tomorrow too. A lot of what fueled our temperature today was, yes, a ridge of high pressure, but a lot of strong westerly winds and a Chinook setup for the late afternoon. We can see that on the radar satellite here. You can see that Chinook arch start to develop right around the 5-6 o'clock hours, but winds calm down overnight, and we'll start to see a bit of a change in the forecast by late day Tuesday. It's all being influenced, at least to start, by this low pressure system over the Pacific. Starts to move in on Tuesday there, so that'll bring again the chance of some showers on Tuesday evening. But as that low starts to move more inland across the U.S. there, creates a very deep trough that will turn into a mid-latitude cyclone by the looks of it for the central parts of the prairies by the time we get into Thursday and Friday. Really stalls out too. So how this will impact us in Calgary, the fact we're on the backside of it, likely means we'll see a lot of breezy conditions and clouds, but the worst of this weather system is going to be for those areas on the front side of it here. So parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba will see a lot of mixed precipitation associated with this system for the midweek. It'll drive our temperatures down here, and we see that in the regional forecast. I mean, again, Tuesday's looking great, but expect building clouds in the afternoon and a chance of precipitation. And then by Wednesday, many areas in the south here are preparing for a cloudy, rainy day. We'll see a high of 9 by midweek, and the temperatures continue to cool off from there. Thursday and Friday, quite windy, and then start to see some improvement, at least condition-wise, by Saturday.
All right, thanks so much, Gina. Well, hey, good news for golfers. 3 city-run courses open tomorrow. Maple Ridge, McCall Lake, and Shagnappy Point, they will open their 18-hole courses. The driving range at Shag will also open. You can book a tee time on the city's website. Well, this summer, visitors to the Wilder Institute Calgary Zoo will get to see a new animal. A Sichuan tonkin wolf will find a new home in the Imagine Asia habitat. Native to the mountains of central and western China, it's being compared to kind of goats, antelopes, and muskox. And the zoo says it won't have a problem with our extreme cold during the winter here in Calgary.
The Sichuan tonkin will be joining us in the reimagination of our Asian Highlands area with brand new habitats for snow leopards, as well as our red panda. And this gives us 3 species that really thrive in all of the weather that Calgary has to offer. So even on our coldest day, we're going to have incredible experiences for our guests.
And visitors will be able to see it in July. A young Calgary robotics team is getting set to head to Houston, Texas for the FTC Robotics World Championship. It is the 3rd year in a row that the team has qualified, and that is quite the achievement because there are about 9,000 robotics teams around the world, with only about 300 qualifying to go to Houston. Kevin Fleming reports.
At 14 years old, this will be Mahi Kant's third time heading to the World event in Houston. She's the secondary driver for First Tech Challenge FTC 10015 Hyperdroid, but everyone on the team has multiple roles.
And I think that I've learned a lot of different skills I wouldn't have just learned by sitting in a classroom or just from a teacher.
The team has 8 members in grades 7 to 12 from all over the city, and they meet twice a week to design, build, and program their robot.
Every year we always see lots of super different, interesting designs. So this year we kind of have a unique robot that has a different sorting mechanism compared to some other teams.
For the FTC Robotics World Championships, the robot has to collect and then launch balls into a target in a limited amount of time. One of the biggest challenges teams face is reliability of their machine.
It's kind of like F1 or whatever. You don't win the race by just starting the race. You have to finish the race as well. So keeping the robot working by replacing stuff if it gets broken, or ideally designing it so that it doesn't get broken in the first place.
Carter Shaw is 17 and one of the oldest members. He joined to learn as much as he could about every aspect of robots. Now he's looking at post-secondary options.
I've already been accepted into SATE for their mechanical engineering technologist, and then I'm going to do the transfer program to get the degree, and then I want to go work for a visual effects company like animatronics, preferably like Disney.
Mike Warren is the head coach and says while the team is made up of 8 students and 3 mentors, he's always recruiting.
I think it's a great opportunity for all kinds of students, whether they have those skills right now or not. I personally recruit for passion, right? If you're passionate about robots.
Last year, the team finished 8th in their division and hope to do even better this year. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
Well, the World competition runs from April 29th until May 2nd. And of course, we've posted more information about the Hyperdroids on our website. And good luck to them. Well, check out this robot. Over the weekend, China hosted a half marathon pitting people against robots. A robot named Lightning ran the 21-kilometer race in 50 minutes, 26 seconds, beating the human record by more than 6 minutes. Way faster than I could do it, that's for sure. All right, stay with us. Coming up, we have some space news. We'll share some new photos from the Artemis 2 mission, plus details on when a meteor shower is expected to peak this week. Welcome back. Some new space video to show you, courtesy of the recent Artemis 2 moon mission.
Would you look at that, man?
Wow, what's the shadow behind it? It's different.
Wow.
Commander Reed Wiseman shared this Earth-set video he took with his iPhone. The astronaut says it was like watching a sunset at the beach from the most foreign seat in the cosmos, and he called it only one chance in this lifetime. Reed said he could barely see the moon through the docking hatch window, but his phone was the perfect size to catch the view. Spectacular. Well, the Lyrids meteor shower is set to light up the night sky this week. The celestial event is getting a boost this year from a dim crescent moon. NASA says skywatchers could see 10 to 20 shooting stars per hour during the peak, which is Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. The best views will be here in the northern hemisphere. Well, that's all we have from us. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.